If your wardrobe is challenging you this season, listen up. Whilst we tend to think that a bigger wardrobe will help us feel more on trend, refreshing your wardrobe does not necessarily mean going on a shopping spree. Often, all it takes is looking at your clothes through a different lens. Welcome to Suitcase and Chardonnay, the podcast where style meets storytelling and where we blissfully blend travel, fashion, food, wine, and intentional living. I'm Renate Engelbrecht, your host, and this is a space where you can find inspirational lifestyle tips, explore beautiful local and international destinations, and share slow, luxury moments and the little details that make life feel richer. In this second season, we are leaning even deeper into life's unique experiences. From boutique hotels and family weekend escapes, to thoughtful food and fashion, soulful conversations about wine, creativity and conservation, and the art of slowing down without losing your sense of adventure. Whether you're listening on a morning walk, planning your next getaway, or simply craving a moment of inspiration, you're in exactly the right place. If you love lifestyle podcasts that celebrate travel, fashion, food, and wine, go ahead and follow or subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. And if something resonates, save it, share it, and let it travel further than we ever could alone. Now, if you're ready, let's go. Today, we're challenging something we've all been conditioned to believe, that looking stylish means buying something new. Every season, we're told that there are some new colors, new silhouettes, new shoes, new must-have pieces. But what if the most fashionable wardrobe isn't the one filled with the latest trends? What if it's the one you already own? I truly believe that personal style has very little to do with the size of our wardrobes. On the contrary, personal style is much more about how creatively you wear it. By this time, you will know that I am very passionate about slow fashion. So let's talk about how you can make your wardrobe feel younger, fresher, and more modern without compromising your commitment to conscious consumption or ethical fashion. Let's begin where every timeless wardrobe begins: natural fibres. If you've listened to the podcast before, or if you've been reading the Suitcase and Chardonnay blog, you'll know how passionate I am about natural fibres and like linen, cotton, wool, silk, hemp, bamboo. These aren't just beautiful to wear, but they're also breathable, durable, and designed to last for years rather than just seasons. Yes, they're often more expensive, but once you've invested in them, you'll understand and you'll probably never want to turn back. Think about that perfect linen shirt you always reach for on holiday, or your favorite merino wool jersey that somehow just looks better every winter. Those are the types of pieces worth investing in because they become the foundation of dozens of outfits. Instead of replacing them every season, ask yourself one simple question: how can I wear this differently? One of my favorite places to discover beautiful natural fibers is the annual Karoo Winter Wool Festival, where you can find artisans, designers, producers, and they all celebrate South Africa's incredible wool and mohair heritage. It's a wonderful reminder that sustainable fashion often starts much closer to home than we realize. And it's happening this weekend. So if you are in the area or passing through en route to the Cape, make sure to stop at Dwarsvlei Farm between Middelburg and Graafreinet. The event details are all on the Suitcase and Chardonnay blog. So I'll also just share that link in the show notes below. Now here's a little slow fashion challenge for you. Before buying anything new, see if you can style an existing piece in 3 completely different ways. You might be surprised by what you already have. One of the quickest ways to modernize an outfit is actually one of the simplest: color. That doesn't mean replacing your entire neutral wardrobe, though. In fact, I think color works best in small, thoughtful doses. This season, we're seeing beautiful shades like butter yellow, emerald green, tomato red, powder blue, bubblegum pink, and vibrant fuchsia making an appearance everywhere. But instead of buying a bright new coat or dress, perhaps introduce color through a silk scarf, a handbag, statement earrings, or even a pair of colorful ballet flats. There are some stunning trendy items on sale at Woolworths at the moment. Just saying. It really is amazing how one colorful accessory can completely transform an outfit you've worn dozens of times before. If I had to choose one item that instantly dates or modernizes an outfit, it would probably be shoes. A crisp white shirt and tailored trousers can suddenly feel completely current simply by swapping classic pumps for a sleek retro-inspired sneaker. We're also seeing beautiful loafers, minimalist leather sandals, suede clogs, and elegant fisherman sandals having a real moment. Interestingly, the most stylish women often don't update their wardrobes every season. They simply update their shoes and accessories. Then remember that fashion is often less about what you're wearing and more about how you're wearing it. Don't be afraid to play with silhouettes. Wear an oversized linen shirt with slimmer trousers, or balance wide leg pants with a fitted knit. Add a belt to create shape. Layer a cropped jacket over a flowing dress. Sometimes one small styling adjustment completely changes how an outfit feels. And then for me, layering is probably one of the easiest ways to make an outfit look considered. Try draping a lightweight knit over your shoulders or wearing a waistcoat over a classic white shirt. Throw a trench coat over a linen cord or add a denim jacket to a flowing dress. By layering your outfit, you create depth, texture, and personality, and of course, it's especially useful during the in-between seasons. Suitcase and Chardonnay is a space for curious minds, romantic souls, travelers, foodies, wine lovers, and curators of a beautifully lived life. If this episode resonated with you, you'll find even more depth, visuals, and storytelling on the blog, where each conversation continues beyond the microphone. Explore it all at suitcaseandchardonnay.co.za and join the community by following along on social media. One of the biggest shifts we're seeing in fashion is the move towards circular style. Vintage shopping, clothing swaps, pre-loved designer pieces, second-hand treasures. I absolutely love the character that vintage brings to an outfit. Maybe it's a heritage blazer or a beautiful leather belt, or perhaps even a vintage brooch. It could also be something like a silk scarf with a story to tell. These pieces make an outfit feel very personal rather than predictable. Also, another thing I always notice about effortlessly stylish people is that they mix textures beautifully. Linen with denim, silk with wool, leather with knitwear, cotton with suede. Texture adds richness and depth without needing bold prints or lots of color. It's subtle, but incredibly effective. If clothing forms the canvas, accessories tell the story. Think oversized sunglasses, sculptural jewelry, statement belts, woven handbags, silk scarves, and layered necklaces. These are often the pieces that express personality, and because they are relatively timeless, they're also one of the most sustainable ways to refresh your look. If you are curious about slow and ethical fashion, you are in the right place. One of the most exciting things happening in fashion today is that people are asking better questions. They ask, who made this? Where did it come from? What is it made of? And can I wear this for years to come? Supporting ethical brands, local designers, and artisans means our purchases become investments rather than impulse buys. So fashion then becomes something much more meaningful. It's not disposable anymore. On the Suitcase and Chardonnay blog, you'll find an extensive list of local fashion brands that have made it their mission to redefine luxury sustainability. I'll share the link in the show notes below. And then last but not least, here are a few styling tricks I often use to make otherwise dull outfits appear younger and fresher. Roll up your sleeves or half tuck your shirt. You can even cuff your jeans or layer delicate necklaces. And you can throw your blazer over your shoulders or mix relaxed pieces with more tailored ones. Or bring in some color with accessories like earrings, handbags, and shoes, like we earlier also mentioned. Trust me, these tiny adjustments often make a much bigger difference than buying something new. Perhaps the biggest lesson I've learned over the years is that style isn't about constantly reinventing your wardrobe. It's about reinventing how you see it. When we slow down, become more intentional, and choose quality over quantity, we discover that our wardrobes are often far more versatile than we imagined. Fashion shouldn't feel exhausting. It should feel joyful and creative. It should make you feel authentically you. So before you head to the shops this weekend, I know I mentioned those Trenery items at Woolies, but just spend a little time in front of your wardrobe first. Try new combinations, experiment, play, because the most sustainable outfit is usually the one that's already hanging in your cupboard. Thank you so much for listening to the Suitcase and Chardonnay podcast. If you've enjoyed today's fashion episode, I'd love for you to subscribe and to share it with a fellow fashion lover, and to perhaps also just leave a review. It really does help others to discover the podcast as well. Also, remember to follow along on social media as we are heading to the Karoo this weekend, as I mentioned, for the annual Karoo Winter Wool Festival. And then we'll be traveling southwards, visiting destinations like De Hoop, Val de Charonne and Grootbos, and we will be exploring the coast with marine dynamics. So stay tuned. Until next time, keep traveling beautifully, dressing intentionally, and celebrating a life well lived.